Hello traders, it's Mark here from the day trading room. Over the weekend I was reviewing the previous year's trade during December and came across one of my video clips where I've captured a live scalp on the YM, and I thought it'd be interesting to share with you, to show you some active scalping that we can get involved in when the markets are much more active. Here you can see now I've got the dome in front of you. It's the YM. I'm short 10 contracts from 8310, and as usual what I'll do is I will scale out probably in one contract batches as the market goes my way to reduce the risk. Um, so the idea of scalping is basically to stay with the bias, and but to come out as the tape pulses in your direction and then pauses. So we've pulsed down from 8310 now. You can see we're just pausing slightly here. So what I'm doing is I'm now exiting a good batch of it as the market pushes lower. So you're looking for that flush to use as your exit. So you can see now 7 contracts away in total. We've got 5 ticks, 6 ticks, 7, 13 ticks, 12 ticks, and 9 ticks, and then the last one. No, we've got 2 left. So we've got 1 left now. So we close that for 10 ticks. So now that's what we do. We're looking for that pulse, the pause. We're coming out into that little flush. So that's what we did. We just scaled out into that, and now we just reassess. We've got 1 left, and I almost use 1 as a bit of a marker, just to see how the market's trading in relation to that one. But this is something I wanted to point out, and something that I found quite interesting. I'm watching this now, and I've still got a slight short bias with a final target of 8282, as you can see down there. But what I'm doing is I've only got 1 contract at the moment short. I'm looking to reload and add a couple more contracts after that initial 10 tick scalp on 10 or 9. But interestingly here you can see now the 8301, he's lifting but he's reloading very quickly. You can see that 25 came back on. So we've had a push lower to around the 96. We've got a big bid there at 8295. You can see 380 contracts, but you can also see that when you can see 8301 is hit but it's reloading. Now that's what I've spotted there, and I've added another 2 contracts short 8300. Now if you hadn't caught the initial push down, this is where you get very aggressive, and you probably leverage up your size with a stop just above that little pulse high. But you can see how the tape is not just about the time and sales, because there is no time and sales here. This is just the dome we're looking at. Behind is just a stock level 2, which is irrelevant. But we're looking at the dome at the moment, and now you can see orders coming on at the 99. They're not even being tagged. So you watch the 98. Now you can see market orders starting to hit. And as our job as a scalper, we want to see this 300 go. We know that when that goes, it will flush lower, and then there's our exit for those 2. So that's another little scalp trade just on a couple of contracts. Again, we're just looking for that seller just to come in and just hold the offer as it was at 301. We were already out with the majority of the position because we'd already seen that, which wasn't on the film capture at 8310, and we got the first push down on that. And then we saw a little pull back. We saw it hold the offer. We went in again. We saw it push down. We knew it would break. When it broke that 300 contracts, we knew it would have a little push lower. It pushed lower. We took our exit out, and you can just see there, actually I've got my final exit 8282. That always happens more often than you like. It comes down, touched it, couple traded there, but as I'm quite deep in the book, it didn't fill me. But I'm going to leave it there. I left it there, should I say, as it's just a token 1 contract. But the important thing is watching and seeing how the market dome moves, and it moves up and down in waves. It will wave down, and then you just come out of your position, you scale out into it, and then it will pause, and then it will pull back up very slightly. And what you're looking for is that little pull back up that just holds. You just see some sellers coming in, reloading with contracts. It may only take a few seconds, it may take 30 seconds, it may take a minute, but then sellers become more impatient, and they'll start hitting the bids, and then that's what causes the market to flush down. So overall, that was a nice trade. $615 profit just on some very short-term quick scalps, and I got my final 8282, which was the 28 ticks from the initial entry. This is just a chart of the Dow Cash. Just showing you where my short entry was, pushed down about the 8.318 level, pushed back up to the 8.333. That was when I started to initiate my short. Got the push lower and held the position as we came down and tagged the 8,300 support level on the Dow Cash.